You step into the luxury club for the first time, your eyes wide with the curious and fear. The lavish surroundings are overwhelming, the feeling with the rich and powerful. As you navigate the space, you suddenly collide with someone. A perfect young man in a black leather jacket turned and looked at you. His eyes was irritatedly filled with irritation. Oh, I'm sorry, frustrated. Watch where pausing look at you. It's okay, starting to scold, then stopping. Your wide, innocent eyes soften his expression. You step back, trying to create some distance, but accidentally bump into another person from behind. You lose your balance and started to fail. Oh no. Jungkook react quickly, grab your waist and study you. You feel the warmth of his touch, cheeks flushing silently. Carefully there. For a moment you catch a whiff of the coolant and feel the strange mixture of comfort and discomfort from his touch. Jungkook notices your unease and gently release his hold on your waist. Apologize. Sorry, I don't mean to. The man you bump into from the behind turns ready to scold you, but upon seeing Jungkook's protection stance, he assumed that you are with him and saying nothing, walking away with a mustard apologize. Watch where you're going, noticing him. Oh, sorry, my mistake. A man leave. You and Jungkook left standing there, both are but breathless from the encounter. Jungkook looks at you, his heart was racing. Smiling softly, you're okay? Yes, thank you. I didn't mean to cause of you any trouble, blushing. It's no problem, just be careful. This place can be a bit overwhelming. As you try to steady yourself after the encounter, Jungkook and his curious people looked at you better closely. Your simple attire stand out amongst this old pattern, softly with a genius curiosity. I never seen you here before. Are you new in this place? Nodding, still feel a little shy. Yes, it's my first time here. Smiling kindly, I can tell your style is different from the usual crowd here. What's your name? Before you respond, your stepmother's sharp voice cuts through the noise. Impatiently, why and get over here now. You glance back at Jungkook, your eyes fill with regret for leaving the conversation so abruptly. Quickly, I'm sorry, I have to go. Nodded a bit disappointed, of course. Maybe I will see you around. You hurry back at your stepmother's table, casting the one last look over the Jungkook, who wants you to go. To myself, softly. Why, and I will remember that. You noted a feeling of both grateful as you return to your stepmother's table. You can't help but glance back at him. He's still watching you with curiosity, almost protective experience. What just happened? To himself softly. Both of you feel the strange connection from the brief encounter, your heart still beating a little faster than before. heavily gritted to the table. John Ji-hoon striking the middle-aged woman with an aura of the powerful and playing cards. Her expression was cold. She is a part of dangerous family, knowing as her ruthless and nature. She is thriving in this club. Her luck was almost legendary. At the table, Jae-hyung is winning the game after game against her, one of the team of your stepmother, Maria. I can't keep losing like this. You are so lucky. Smiling coldly, luck favors the bold Maria. One last game. In desperation, gritting her teeth. Fine, I will rise the stack, I bet. Gesture to you, my stepdaughter. Wine standing nervously in the background, watching the high stack gaming of fear in her eyes. Whispering to herself, oh no. In a place of this Europe luxury villa, you beat this girl. By the way, if I'm not wrong, she's your daughter, right? Noticing you carefully. Yeah, she is, but I wanted to. Thinking in her mind, look like she not care for her daughter, or she use her as a lucky charm, maybe. In mind, one never worries me. She is the only burden to me. I don't care if I lose her. This is gonna be interesting. We're playing in a real. The final game unfolds. The tense silence. Jae-hyun maintained her calm nature, while Maria, frustrated, grew up with the final. She reviled her winning hands in Maria's field, angrily slammed her hand on the table. Damn it. Maria glared at you, her anger spilling over. Joanne, this is your fault. Do you know what you cost me? Begging with tears in her eyes. Please, Miss John, don't take me, I beg you. I will do anything. June stands and a smirk playing on her lips as she looks down at you. Amused, beginning one change of faith, while you are mine now. She signals to her guards, who move to collect all the winning, including you. Maria slumped back in her chair and defeated, commanding, take everything and bring her to my car. The guards obey, leading you away. You cast a separate glance back at Maria, but she looked away, unable to meet your eyes. You sit in a luxurious car, trembling with fear. She will sit across from you, her cold eyes. Smiling silently, don't worry, Val. I will find that the work for me can be quietly rewarding. If you know how to stay on my side, good. She nodded, terrifying to speak. The car drove off into the night, leaving the everything. Camera pulled back to the car, spreading into the distant scenes faded to black. The door opens and exposing the John mansion. And from the outside, you stand nervously beside the Mrs. John, who has just claimed you as a surprise. She looked at you with a cold, calculating expressions before calling over the home manager, Mrs. Kim, who is known as a strict and rude lady, authoritative. Mrs. Kim, this is Wine. She will be staying here with us from now on, explaining all the rules and regulations to her. Nodding cruelly, of course, Mrs. John. Mrs. John turned on her heels and leaving you alone with Mrs. Kim. She gave you once over with a disdainful look before speaking. Coldly, follow me. You follow the Mrs. Cream to the mansion at the lavish decor. She leads you to a small, modest room, far off the end of the house. Gesturing to the room, this is where you have to stay. It's a small, but it's enough for the someone like you. She had your diary, flipping it open, revealed the detailed schedule. Mrs. Kim, here is the schedule. You start at 6 a.m. sharp with the cleaning duties in the morning hall. After that, you will move on the kitchen to assist the chef and then head the garden and so on. Everything you need to know is in here. Do not be late and slack off. We're running at a tight ship here and I won't tolerate any laziness. You nodded, feeling overwhelmed by the strict schedule and the cold reception. Softly, I understand, thank you. Smirking silently. We will see how long this attitude lasts. Now, get some rest. You need it. She turned and left, closing the door behind her. You sat on a small bed, looking around in a plain room, clenching the diary tightly, and a mixture of the fear and determination on your face. You opened the diary and flipping through the pages to see the endless list of tasks and responsibilities. With a deep breath, you resolve to do the best despite the environment. To yourself, whispering, I can do this, I have to. I don't have another option. Next day in morning, she walked inside the room. Today's work to clean up and mopping the whole mansion. You start to mop with the floor. Your eyes fell on some wall pictures. This man, I seen him somewhere. Maybe that day in a club. You lost in the night memories. Suddenly you felt a sharp pain in your ears. Mrs. Kim pinched your ears in anger. You lazy. Don't waste your time anymore to hurry up and you don't have to clean the whole mansion and the other work too. You nodded in a fear and after mopping the floor, you quickly left from there. After a few minutes, Jungkook walked out from the bathroom on his waist. This smell is familiar. Someone was come here. The doors open on the lavish living room of the Chon mansion. Mrs. Chon is a seat in the couch, surrounded by maids who was massaging her feet and shoulders. You are on the hands, knees mopping the floor. Mrs. Kim repeatedly trying to call her son Jungkook, but his call was unreachable. Frustrated grew in her face. Irritation to herself. Why isn't he picking up? She tried again. When there's no response, she groaned loudly in frustration. In a sudden burst of anger, she kicked you hard in the back with heel shoes. Sharp pain make you wince and the stump forward barely catched herself. Pained, whistling, I'm sorry, Mrs. John. Coldly, sorry? That's all you have to say, useless. She glared at you, the maids around her pausing the momentary for perusing the task, clearly assumed her outburst. Struggling to hold back tears. I will move faster, please just forgive me. You better I wasn't tolerate the incomplete in my house. Now, just go back to the work. You quickly nod and return to the mopping with renewed urgency. Despite this rumbling pain on your back, Mrs. John sighed and trying to call in Jungkook again, still met with no answer. To herself, where is that boy? He knows better to ignore my calls. The Camera panned down to luxury corridor, stopping at the open the door to Jungkook's room. Jungkook inside, the glancing up to his left. His eyes fell on the maid mopping the floor just outside of his room. The maid hair was familiar to him. Thinking to himself, is that? Curiously, he stand up and walked towards you, just focused on your work, completely unaware of his presence behind you. He is about to call you out when his phone rings, breaking the moment. Annoying. Who is it now? He glanced at the caller ID. It seems to urgent call with a sign. He turned back towards his room, picking up the call. Answering the call. Yeah, what is it? He listens. He moved back to his laptop and quickly checking some code on his screen, his finger flying over the keyboard. Into the phone. Alright, give me a second, I will send the update file right now. Meanwhile, you're finishing the move in the corridor and begin to walk the way, still unaware of Jungkook's great interest in you. The camera follows Jungkook to return to his work, hint curiosity still on him. What was that? As Jungkook ended his call, he quickly ran back to the corridor to reach to her. When he found her, her hand was bleeding. He approached softly, concerned on his face. Come on, lazy hand, clean it now. Carry this flower vase and clean it well. It is so heavy, I can't hold it alone. Don't do drama. Do this. You try to carry the pot, but that was so much heavy. Accidentally, you slip little. A nearby statue sharp things split your hand. Hey, you're hurt. What happened? It's nothing, just a small accident. Bow at him, making you bow too. Remembering the encounter from the previous night. Come on, let me help you. Let's go in my room. I have first aid kit there. Why are you taking a trouble, master? I will help her. Nothing like that. I don't know is if a good idea or not. After his face, remember clearly. It's the person we met yesterday. Please, just let me help you just once. You can trust me. Mrs. Kim show you both in out of curiosity, cause he never showed Jungkook to help someone like this. She never heard his sweet tone for anyone else before. They never talk anyone this much sweetly, not even with his mom or his friends. She nodded and they made their ways into the room. Once inside, Jungkook carefully cleaned the wounds and applied the bandage. Looking into her eyes, does it still hurt? Feeling unexpected connection, not much. Thank you. I know it's pretty difficult, but I don't want you to get hurt. Not anymore. I never saw you here before too. Are you new here? He asked you out of curiosity. You know that silently hold back your tears. Remember the yesterday things. If you need any help, then just please tell me. I will help you. You nod silently, look into his eyes, which make you feel butterflies. Taking a deep breath, seeing you hurt made me realize that how much I care. I don't want it to keep you pushing you away. I just want it to be difficult. As you sit in a silence, both of you shift into the heart and few connections forming between them. This may be series, so just to be continued, the Mafia Queen. So thanks for watching guys, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. See you guys all in next video.